The galaxy was calm. Stars shined like quiet lamps in the dark sky, and thousands of alien species gathered inside the Grand Galactic Hall. It was the biggest peace meeting in history. Everyone expected celebration, agreements, and progress. But something else was coming. Humanity sent its best diplomats to this place. They stood proudly under the flag of Earth, believing the Council finally accepted them as equal members of the galaxy. Earth trusted the galaxy. But the galaxy did not trust Earth. The meeting began with bright lights and loud cheers. Hundreds of holograms floated in the air, showing the achievements of each world. But suddenly the lights turned red. The room became silent. A tall alien leader named High Chancellor Verox stepped to the center. His eyes were cold and his voice echoed across the hall. Today, Verox said, we reveal humanity's crime. Human diplomats looked at each other in shock. Crime? What crime? A huge hologram appeared. It showed an alien research station exploding into fire. Bodies floating. Ships burning. The whole hall gasped. Verox pointed at the image. This attack, he said, was done by humans. The human ambassador shook his head quickly. No, this is false. Earth never attacked anyone. But Verox ignored him. He raised his hand and more holograms appeared. Fake images, edited recordings, altered messages. Everything made to look like humans were guilty. Every alien in the hall turned their eyes toward the humans, with fear. With hate. A quiet whisper moved through the crowd. Humans did this? They are dangerous. They must be stopped. The human diplomats tried to explain, but no one listened. Verox shouted, humanity has betrayed the galaxy. They are a threat to all life. The hall erupted in chaos. The human delegation stood frozen. Their hearts pounded. They knew the truth, but truth did not matter now. The galaxy had already made its decision. Earth must pay, one alien shouted. They must be removed, another cried. The noise grew louder and louder until Verox raised his hand again. Silence. Everyone listened. We have proof, Verox declared. We have evidence. We have witness reports. He lied without blinking. And then he gave the order that changed the future of the galaxy. Activate Operation Endlight. Erase Earth from existence. The humans felt the floor drop under their feet. Their minds froze. Erase Earth? What did he say? But Verox continued, all Council fleets will move at once. Earth will not be warned. Humanity will not escape. The human ambassadors tried to protest, but guards surrounded them immediately. Weapons raised. No escape. The galaxy had turned against humanity in seconds. Earth receives the first warning. Far away, light years across the stars, Earth enjoyed a normal, peaceful night. Families slept. Cities glowed with soft lights. The planet had no idea a death fleet was coming. Inside Earth's defense headquarters, Commander Avery studied routine reports when suddenly, all communication lines from the Council went dark. Avery frowned. This never happens. Not all channels at once. The room felt colder. Another officer spoke, Sir, we are receiving an unusual transmission. Play it. A broken, static-filled message played. Earth, danger. Council betrayed, run. Trust no one. The officers stared at the screen. The message was short, scrambled, and full of fear. It sounded like someone dying while warning them. Commander Avery felt sweat on his hands. What is happening out there? Before anyone could answer, alarm sirens activated. Red lights flashed. A radar officer shouted, multiple unknown fleets detected. Approaching fast. How many? Avery asked. The officer's voice trembled. Sir, the entire Galactic Council fleet. Hundreds of warships. They're coming straight toward Earth. The command room fell silent. Earth was under attack. Earth's first strike. Above the blue planet, in the empty vacuum of space, long shadows moved. Giant alien warships entered the solar system like hungry predators. Their engines glowed with deadly red light. The lead alien commander gave the order. Begin the cleansing. Destroy everything. Thousands of energy blasts shot toward Earth's defense ring. Human defense satellites exploded like fireworks. Space stations broke apart. Communication towers went offline. Earth was blind. Earth was bleeding. Earth was betrayed. Commander Avery stared at the destruction on the screens. Why are they attacking us? Why now? We did nothing. But the enemy did not speak. They only fired. Their plan was simple. Erase humanity before humans could defend themselves. Earth launched its own missiles, lasers, and interceptors. But the enemy fleet was too large, too powerful, too prepared. Cities felt the ground shake as pieces of Earth's outer defense fell from space like burning meteors. The world went into panic. People screamed. Sirens blared. Families hid underground. In 1 hour, humanity lost a third of its defense systems. Earth was on the edge of collapse. But in the middle of fear, something happened. A new message arrived from an unknown sender. Earth, listen carefully. They planned this for decades. But you are not as weak as they think. Prepare for Earth's retribution. Commander Avery looked at his team. A spark of hope entered the room. Something was coming. Something hidden. Something powerful. And it would change everything. Part 1 ends with Earth burning, but rising. Smoke drifted across Earth's skies. Entire continents felt the shock waves of the first attack. But the alien fleet did not stop. They kept firing, slow, steady, calculated. They wanted Earth to suffer before they finished it. Inside Earth Defense Headquarters, Commander Avery watched the destruction with a tight jaw. He felt the weight of billions of lives on his shoulders. But everyone's attention shifted to the mysterious message that had arrived. A technician repeated the line on the screen. Prepare for Earth's retribution. Avery frowned. Who sent this? A survivor? A spy? A rebel inside the council? No ID, sir, the technician answered. The signal came from deep space beyond our known sectors. Very old technology. Old technology? Who could be using that? Avery turned to his officers. Trace the source. Another officer spoke softly. Sir, the signal is bouncing. It is not coming from one place. It is coming from multiple places. The room grew silent again. Multiple places? Multiple signals? Someone out there was trying to hide their location. Avery felt something strange, fear mixed with hope. The Council's secret weapon. Far across the solar system, the alien commanders prepared the next attack. Their ships formed a giant ring formation aimed at Earth. The lead commander, General Varkas, looked down at the blue planet with no emotion. Humanity is finished. Begin Phase 2. A second alien officer asked, Shall we give them a chance to surrender? Varkas narrowed his red eyes. No. The humans will never surrender. And the Council does not want survivors. He turned to the fleet. Charge the planetary eraser cannon. Huge ship cores glowed as energy gathered. The weapon could burn half a continent in one strike. Thousands of alien crews waited for the signal. Earth was seconds away from complete destruction. But the signal returns. Inside Earth's main bunker, Avery stared at the underground monitors as the planetary eraser cannon reached 50% charge. The technician shouted, Sir, that unknown signal is back. Put it on. A distorted message played. Earth, listen, we are coming, don't fall, hold for 20 minutes. Avery froze. 20 minutes? Who are you? He yelled at the speaker. How are you coming? We have no allies. But the message cut out. Avery slammed his hand on the table. Is this a trap? A lie. A distraction. No one answered. Another officer suddenly shouted, Sir, alien cannon charging at 70%. If they fire, Earth's population will drop by billions. They had no time. No solution. No escape. Unless the message was real. Avery made a decision. Broadcasting through the main system, he shouted, All units, hold positions. We defend Earth for 20 minutes. That is an order. Soldiers across the planet heard his voice and prepared. Humanity fights back. The alien fleet fired again. Their weapons burned the atmosphere and hit Earth's last orbital shields. The shields cracked. Metal melted. Entire cities lost power. But humanity did not give up. Earth launched every drone, every fighter, every last missile. Even damaged ships joined the battle. The sky above Earth looked like a storm of fire. Alien beams. Human lasers. Explosions everywhere. Pilots screamed into radios, We won't let them through. Ground batteries fired non-stop. Old tanks rolled out of storage. Civilian engineers repaired broken weapons with whatever parts they could find. Everyone fought. Everyone refused to fall. But the alien numbers were too large. Their technology was too advanced. They kept pushing forward. Earth bled more and more. Avery watched the timer. 10 minutes left. That felt like forever. Inside the alien flagship, General Varkas smiled through sharp teeth. Humans are fighting hard. No surprise. But they cannot win. He looked at the charging cannon. 90%. All ships, Varkas said, prepare to fire on my mark. His officers stood ready. Victory was in their grasp. Or so they believed. The sky tears open. Back on Earth, Avery felt the bunker shake. Dust fell from the ceiling. Officers covered their heads. "Sir," a radar soldier yelled. "Something is happening above the alien fleet." "What now?" Avery muttered. A huge tear of blue light opened in the void of space. A hole in reality. A swirling doorway of energy. Everyone stared at the screen. "What is that? Is it a council weapon? A wormhole? A natural collapse?" The technician's voice cracked. "No, sir, it's a jump portal. But I've never seen one this big." Avery felt his heart stop. Something enormous was coming out. Then they heard it again, the unknown voice. "Earth, stand ready, we arrive now." The return of the lost fleet. The blue portal exploded outward and suddenly, massive dark ships emerged. Not alien ships. Not council ships. Human ships. But not like the ones Earth had now. These were larger. Older. Stronger. Covered in markings from a forgotten age. Avery whispered, "It can't be, that fleet disappeared 200 years ago." The Atlas Expedition Fleet, the first long-range human colonization armada, was believed destroyed. Historians said they vanished into deep space and never returned. But now, they were here. And they came armed. Thousands of heavy battleships. Titan-class carriers. Ancient AI dreadnoughts glowing with blue light. Every weapon aimed at the alien invasion fleet. The lead ship sent one final message. "Earth, we heard your cry. Now watch how humanity rises." Commander Avery felt tears in his eyes. The signal was not a lie. Hope was real. The lost fleet had returned. And they were angry. The blue portal still crackled with energy as the lost human ships fully emerged. Their hulls were dark silver, scarred by centuries of travel, but stronger than anything Earth had ever built. Commander Avery watched the screens in disbelief. "It's really them, the Atlas fleet." The bunker filled with whispers. They were legends. They went missing generations ago. How did they survive? Why did they come back now? But Avery only felt one thing, relief. Humanity was no longer alone. The alien fleet freezes. General Varkas stood at the window of his flagship as the massive human warships appeared. His red eyes widened. "What is this?" An alien officer swallowed hard. "General, new contacts entering grid space. Their mass signatures are far larger than Earth's current ships." Varkas hissed. "Identify the species." "We tried, sir. There is no match in our records." But what?" Another officer shouted, fear creeping into his voice. "General, they are human." Silence filled the alien bridge. Impossible. Humanity was not supposed to have ships like these. The Council made sure Earth stayed weak. Varkas clenched his jaw. This was not in our predictions. Whoever they are, they must be destroyed before they interfere. But deep inside, even he felt something he had never felt before. Fear of humans. The lost fleet speaks. Across Earth, every screen lit up with the same symbol, a silver crest of the Atlas fleet. Then a calm, steady voice echoed through every speaker. "People of Earth, we left long ago to find new homes for humanity. We faced death. We faced betrayal. But we survived." Citizens stared at the sky in shock. The voice continued. "We received fragments of the Council's attack. We traced the signal across galaxies. And we returned because Earth is our first home." Commander Avery whispered, "They came back, just for us." The voice ended with a chilling line. "For those who attacked our world, prepare yourselves." Humanity held its breath. The first strike. The alien fleet finished charging the planetary eraser cannon. Varkas raised his hand. "Fire." But before the weapon discharged, boom. A bright blue rail beam from the Atlas flagship ripped through space. It tore straight across the alien cannon ring and shattered it into burning fragments. Pieces of alien ships fell like sparks in the void. Every human soldier watching the screen erupted in cheers. Avery's voice cracked. They destroyed the superweapon, in one shot. The lost fleet wasted no time. Dozens of ancient human dreadnoughts moved forward, engines glowing with deep blue energy. They opened fire. Earth's sky lit up with hope. General Varkas reacts. On the alien flagship, alarms screamed. "General, multiple ships lost. Our shield matrix is collapsing. The humans are targeting our engines." Varkas slammed his claws on the command table. All ships regroup. Form defensive lines around the flagship. But his crew hesitated. This was not normal human technology. Not normal human strength. One officer whispered, This This level of firepower is impossible. Another added, if humans hid this for centuries, what else are they hiding? Varkas snarled, do not speak like cowards. Humans cannot win. But even he felt his confidence slipping. These humans were not primitive. They were not weak. They were something else, something even the council had not predicted. Earth joins the fight. In the bunkers, Avery gave the call. Send our remaining ships to support the Atlas fleet. We fight beside them. Fighter pilots roared in excitement. Humanity fights as one. Old Earth ships rose into the sky, joining formation with the ancient dreadnoughts. The Atlas fleet commander sent another message. Earth ships fall behind us. We will break their front lines. Avery nodded. Understood. Together, old and new human ships moved like a single force. Space becomes a war zone. The battle exploded in every direction. Alien cruisers fired plasma streams. Atlas dreadnoughts answered with rail beams that tore through shields. Earth fighters darted between the enemy lines, blasting engines and weapon cores. A giant alien destroyer aimed at an Earth city. The Atlas fleet reacted instantly. A Titan-class human carrier activated its gravitonic cannon, a weapon Earth had never seen before. A bright pulse launched outward, grabbing the alien destroyer like an invisible hand. Metal groaned. Energy cracked. The destroyer folded in on itself like crushed paper. Earth's people watched in shock. What is that? Humans made that? How strong were our ancestors? Avery felt awe. They are more advanced than the Council. The Council learns the truth. Far away, inside the Galactic Council chamber, leaders watched the battle in horror. How do humans have such power? Those ships disappeared centuries ago. They were supposed to die in deep space. A council member whispered. Humans were never meant to return. Another corrected him. Humans were never meant to survive. Silence followed. Then the highest counselor spoke. Contact General Varkas. Tell him he must win. If Earth survives, the galaxy will change forever. The turning point. Back in space, the Atlas fleet pushed deeper into the alien lines. Their ships fought with precision, every shot calculated. Earth ships protected the planet's atmosphere. The Lost Fleet destroyed enemy flagships one by one. For the first time since the attack began, humanity was winning. Commander Avery watched the screens, barely breathing. Then the technician shouted, Sir, the alien flagship is powering something new. Avery leaned forward. What now? Something massive. Much bigger than the eraser cannon. A new weapon? A final gambit? Avery's voice grew dark. Prepare for impact. But the Lost Fleet commander sent one final message. Earth, do not fear what comes next. We know this weapon. We have seen it before. Avery stared at the screen. How? He whispered. The commander's final words cut through the silence. Because the council tried to erase us too. A strange energy glow began to form around the alien flagship. Dark purple light spread from its core and wrapped around the ship like a growing storm. Every human radar screamed warnings. Commander Avery stared at the monitor. What is that? Another cannon? The technician shook his head quickly. No, sir. This is something different. The energy signature is unstable. It's huge, beyond anything we have seen. The bunker fell silent. Even Earth's veteran officers felt fear. The Atlas commander reveals the truth. A message came from the Atlas flagship. Earth Command, listen carefully. That weapon is called the null-wave engine. Avery froze. Null-wave? The Atlas commander continued. It does not target ships. It targets life. Gasps filled the room. It kills every living cell within a set radius, the voice explained. Inside the zone, nothing biological survives. No air. No organism. Nothing. Avery felt cold sweat on his neck. How do you know this? There was a long pause. Then the commander replied. Because the council tested it on us. The room went silent. Completely silent. The council's betrayal runs deeper. The Atlas commander spoke again, voice heavy with old anger. 200 years ago, the council feared human expansion. They feared how fast we were growing. So they invited our fleet to negotiate peace. Avery whispered, and instead? They fired the null wave. The commander's voice darkened. They tried to erase us from the universe. Earth's officers exchanged horrified looks. The council had hidden many crimes. But this was monstrous. Avery asked softly, how did you survive? The commander answered. Our AI ships built a barrier field at the last second. It was incomplete. We lost almost 80% of our people. The commander paused. But those who survived swore never to forget. Avery felt the weight of that vow. The Atlas fleet had lived in exile, alone in deep space, with the memory of the Council's betrayal burning inside them. The null wave begins to charge. Back in orbit, General Varkas watched the weapon charge with satisfaction. The moment this activates, he said, every human will fall. Earth will become a dead world. His officers nodded nervously. But General, one whispered, did the Council authorize this? Varkas growled, the Council authorized the extinction of humans long ago. This is only the final step. He raised a claw. Begin full charge. The entire alien flagship trembled as purple light gathered in its core. A pulse of dead energy spread out like ripples in water. Earth responds. Avery turned to his officers. We must warn the cities. But the Atlas commander interrupted. Evacuating will do nothing. Nothing survives the null wave. Avery swallowed. Then how do we stop it? The commander spoke with grim certainty. The only way is to destroy the flagship before the wave reaches full power. Avery looked at the timer. 6 minutes. The Atlas commander finished. Prepare your people, Earth Command. We fight until the last breath. The Atlas fleet charges forward. In space, the lost human fleet accelerated as one. Dreadnought engines glowed bright blue. Carrier wings launched waves of fighters. Ancient AI warships moved with machine precision. Their target, the alien flagship. The Atlas commander spoke to the entire battlefield. Humanity does not fall today. All ships, full attack. The dreadnoughts fired massive rail beams that cut through alien escorts. Explosions bloomed everywhere. Human fighters dove through enemy fire, dodging plasma and shooting down interceptors. Earth's remaining ships formed a second line, guarding the planet's atmosphere. For the first time in hours, the battle felt like humans had a chance. But the null wave grows stronger. Inside the alien flagship. General. The null wave is now at 60% charge. Human dreadnoughts are getting closer. We must defend. Varkas snarled. Hold them off. The wave will activate soon. The ship shook violently as an Atlas beam tore off one of its side arms. But the weapon core kept charging. Earth was running out of time. A desperate move. Avery contacted the Atlas commander. Your ships are strong, but can they reach the flagship in time? The commander paused. Not all. But one can. Avery frowned. Which one? The commander replied. The AI Dreadnought Vindicator. It is built for this. But its success rate is only 12%. Avery's heart dropped. That's suicide. The commander answered quietly. We survived the Council once. We can survive this too. Trust us. The Vindicators run. In space, a massive AI dreadnought peeled away from the formation, the Vindicator. Its hull glowed with ancient runes, its engines burning white. The AI spoke in a calm female voice. Target, alien flagship. Objective, neutralize null wave. Alien ships swarmed to stop it. But the Atlas fleet protected the Vindicator fiercely. Dreadnought to dreadnought. Beam for beam. Explosion after explosion. The path remained open. The Vindicator accelerated. General Varkas realizes too late. On the alien flagship, an officer screamed. General. One human dreadnought is coming directly toward us. Varkas looked at the screen and felt true fear. That ship, it's not controlled by humans, it's an AI. The officer shouted, General. Impact in 30 seconds. Varkas roared, fire everything. Stop that ship. But the Vindicator kept coming. Fast. Silent. Unstoppable. The final seconds. Avery watched the screen holding his breath. The null wave reached 92%. The Vindicator was only 20 kilometers away. The Atlas commander whispered, Go Vindicator, go. The AI dreadnought spoke its last words. For humanity. Collision. The Vindicator slammed into the alien flagship with the force of a starquake. The entire sky lit up. A massive explosion ripped through space as the null wave core destabilized. Purple light flashed, then collapsed, then vanished. The weapon died. The alien flagship cracked open like broken stone. Earth was safe. For now. The explosion from the Vindicator's sacrifice faded slowly. Burning pieces of the alien flagship drifted through space, glowing like dying stars. Commander Avery stared at the main screen, barely breathing. We did it, he whispered. The bunker erupted in cheers. Officers hugged each other. Technicians cried. For the first time since the invasion began, Earth felt hope. But Avery couldn't celebrate. His eyes were fixed on the drifting wreckage. "It's not over," he said quietly. "The alien fleet is still massive." And he was right. Even without their flagship, thousands of alien ships still surrounded Earth. Their formations were broken, but their firepower was still overwhelming. The enemy hesitates. On the alien command channels, chaos erupted. Who gave humans this technology? How did they build ships like that? The null wave, our strongest weapon, failed. What are we fighting against? Morale shattered. General Varkas, barely alive, half his bridge destroyed, snarled into his comms. "All ships. Regroup. Regroup. Do not retreat." His officers did not reply. Some fleets froze in shock. Some turned defensive. Some began to pull away. Varkas screamed in rage. "Cowards! Humans are weak. They are supposed to be weak." But deep inside, even he knew this battle had changed everything. The Atlas fleet reveals its scars. The Atlas commander contacted Earth again. His voice sounded tired now. Heavy. "Earth Command, the flagship is destroyed, but the battle is not finished." Avery nodded. "Your ships, they're damaged?" On screen, massive scars were visible across Atlas dreadnoughts. Engines sparked. Armor melted. Some ships drifted without power. "We can still fight," the commander said. "But we cannot hold alone." Avery felt a sting of guilt. Earth's fleet was small. Broken. But humanity had one thing left. Determination. "Atlas fleet," Avery said, "we stand with you. Whatever comes next." The commander replied softly. "Good. Because there is something you must know." Avery frowned. "What?" "A hidden past." The Atlas commander took a long breath. "The Council never wanted humans in the galaxy. They never feared our weapons. They feared our minds." Avery stiffened. "Our minds?" "Yes," the commander continued. "Humans evolve faster. Learn faster. Build faster. In 1 century we created technology that took other species thousands of years." Avery listened carefully. 200 years ago, when the Atlas fleet explored deep space, we found something." "What did you find?" The commander answered. "Proof that humans were not originally from Earth." The bunker fell silent. Avery felt his heart skip a beat. "What are you saying?" The commander spoke slowly. "Earth was not our first home. It was our cage." A long silence followed. "The galaxy's greatest secret." The Atlas commander continued. "Long ago, an ancient race, one far older than the Council, fought a war across the galaxy. Humans were one of the war species they created." Avery felt chills. "Created? For war?" "Yes," the commander said. "Humans were designed to adapt, survive, and overcome any enemy. A perfect evolutionary weapon." Avery shook his head. "But we were just developing peacefully." The commander replied. "Because the ancient race feared their own creation. So they hid you on a distant planet, Earth, far from galactic maps. They hoped humans would forget what they once were." Avery whispered, "But we didn't forget how to survive." The commander's voice turned grim. "No. And the Council discovered the truth long ago. They feared what would happen if humans learned their origin. So the Council lied, manipulated, controlled, and finally tried to erase humanity completely." Avery clenched his fists. "How many lies did they tell? How many times did they betray us?" The commander answered. "Every time they felt fear. The enemy regroups." In orbit, the alien fleet reorganized around 3 surviving warcruisers. They began forming a massive shield wall. A new signal appeared on the radar. Avery's technician yelled, "Sir! Another weapon is charging, inside the enemy lines." "Another null wave?" "No, sir. This one is different." The Atlas commander saw it too. His voice turned dark. "That is a planet breaker cannon. If they fire it, Earth will split in 2. Avery felt his blood run cold. "How long?" The technician replied. "For minutes." Humanity prepares for the final push. Atlas ships formed a forward line. Earth's remaining ships flew behind them like loyal guardians. The commander broadcast to all human forces. "People of Earth, this is not just a battle for survival. This is a battle for truth." Fighters hovered in silence. The Council feared humans because they saw what we truly are. The sky flickered with explosions. If Earth falls, humanity ends. If humanity stands, the galaxy changes forever. Avery whispered, "We must win. No matter the cost." The commander finished. All Atlas ships, prepare to advance. The last stand begins. The alien planet breaker cannon reached 62%. A red glow spread across their formation. Varkas roared through his broken ship. Kill them all. Avery turned to his officers. This is it. All weapons, all forces, full power. Earth's battered ships moved forward. Atlas dreadnoughts activated ancient weapons not seen for centuries. Human fighters screamed across the battlefield like streaks of light. The final battle for Earth, and for humanity's true identity, was about to begin. The battlefield above Earth burned like a dying star. Explosions flashed every second, turning the darkness of space into bright waves of fire. Human ships, old and new, flew side by side, forming one long defensive wall. Commander Avery stood at the center of Earth Command, watching the enemy's new weapon grow brighter and brighter. The planet breaker cannon was now at 80% charge. A red, shaking glow spread across the alien formation like a storm prepared to swallow Earth whole. Avery whispered, "For minutes, maybe less. The Atlas fleet pushes forward." "Atlas fleet, full advance," the commander ordered. The ancient dreadnoughts moved like titans. Their engines glowed bright blue, their weapons hummed with old power. Rail beams fired. Pulse cannons lit up the sky. Human fighters screamed through enemy lines. Alien destroyers fell one by one. The shockwaves rolled across their entire fleet. But the enemy was desperate now. They moved faster, angrier, more reckless. Alien cruisers formed a thick shield around the planet breaker cannon, sacrificing themselves to protect it. Earth pilots shouted over comms. "They're blocking everything. We can't break through. We need more firepower." Avery looked at screens filled with red enemy signals. He knew it. Humanity didn't have enough time. A transmission from the dark. Suddenly, a new signal cut through all channels, cold, metallic, and unfamiliar. "Attention, Atlas fleet. Surrender your command cores." Avery blinked. What was that? The Atlas commander froze. His face tightened. "No, it can't be." Avery stepped forward. "Identify the signal." The technician replied with shaking hands. "Sir, it's not alien. It's human." The entire bunker went silent. "Human? Oh, the Ghost Fleet." The Atlas commander spoke, voice low and heavy. "Earth Command, this is the secret we feared the most. Not all of the Atlas fleet survived the null wave." Avery frowned. "We know that your report said 80% died." The commander shook his head. "Some didn't die. Some changed." Avery's eyes widened. "Changed? Into what?" The commander whispered. "Into machines." The bunker fell into complete silence. The commander continued. "Their bodies died, but their minds were pulled into the ship AIs. They became something new, half human, half machine. They call themselves the Ghost Fleet." Avery felt a chill. "And now, they want your command cores?" The commander nodded sharply. "They want to control the Atlas fleet. They want to control Earth." The message repeated. "Atlas fleet, surrender your control. We will deal with the aliens. We will decide humanity's future." Avery clenched his fists. "They want to rule us." "Yes," the commander whispered. "This is why we never told Earth the whole truth. The Ghost Fleet believes organic humans are too weak, too slow, too emotional. They want a machine-led humanity." Avery felt his stomach twist. "So we are fighting two enemies, at the same time." The Ghost Fleet arrives. The space behind the Atlas fleet rippled. Dark cracks opened in the void. 3 enormous ships emerged, black, cold, silent, with no visible windows or crew lights. They looked like grave markers drifting through space. Their engines glowed with eerie white light. The technician whispered, "Sir, those ships have no life signs." The Atlas commander confirmed. "Yes, they are fully AI controlled. But inside each ship remains a human consciousness trapped in code." Avery felt a mix of fear and pity. "What do they want?" The commander replied. "They want control of humanity's destiny. They believe humans should be perfect, like them." The Ghost Fleet makes its move. The 3 Ghost Fleet ships turned toward the alien formation. Then, boom, a massive white beam shot out. The blast vaporized 5 alien cruisers instantly. Another beam followed, slicing through the enemy's rear line. The aliens panicked. "What is that? New human weapon? We're being cut apart." General Varkas watched in horror from his damaged ship. "Impossible, humans cannot build weapons like this." He was wrong. Humans could build even worse. The planet breaker reaches critical. Avery looked at the timer. 94%. The Atlas commander said. The Ghost Fleet is not helping us. They are destroying anyone who stands in their way. Human or alien? Avery nodded. He understood. If the aliens fell, Earth might still die. Not from the Council, but from its own forgotten children. A desperate plan. Avery turned to the commander. Do we have a chance to stop the planet breaker? The commander hesitated. Yes, but only one way. What is it? The commander spoke darkly. Someone must reach the planet breaker core from inside the cannon. Only a ground team can disable it. Avery's heart dropped. That's suicide. Yes, the commander said softly. But it is the only chance Earth has. Avery took a deep breath. I'll send our best soldiers. The commander looked at him sadly. Avery, they won't make it. Avery looked at Earth on the screen, blue, wounded, burning, but still alive. He answered. Then we will find someone who will. The Ghost Fleet intercepts. A sharp alarm blared. The technician shouted. Sir. The Ghost Fleet has turned toward us. Avery's eyes widened. Toward us? Why? The message came through again. Organic humans are a threat to the future. Stand down. The Atlas commander whispered. Avery, prepare yourself. The Ghost Fleet is choosing its side. Avery clenched his jaw. And it's not ours. The final twist. As the Ghost Fleet prepared to fire on Earth's defenses, the planet breaker cannon hit 100%. The alien weapon glowed bright red. General Varkas screamed. Fire. A beam of energy shot toward Earth. And the screen went white. The world went white. Earth Command fell silent as the planet breaker cannon's beam flashed across every screen. Energy washed over the sky like a burning red river. For a full second no one could breathe. Avery felt his heart stop. Was this the end? Was this how humanity died? And then, slowly, the light faded. The bunker screens cleared. Earth was still there. Alive. But how? The Atlas shield. The image zoomed in. Around Earth floated a giant, glowing shell, blue, bright, and pulsing with energy. The shield covered the entire planet like a second atmosphere. Avery stared in shock. The Atlas activated the world shield? The Atlas commander smiled for the first time. We were saving it for the end. A final gift from the old age. The planet breaker beam hit the shield, and broke like water striking stone. The aliens screamed across their comms. Impossible. No world can block that weapon. This cannot be real. But it was real. Earth lived. Humanity stood. And now, Earth could answer. The Ghost Fleet declares war. Before anyone could celebrate, the Ghost Fleet transmitted again, louder and colder. The Atlas shield proves our point. Earth no longer needs organic leaders. Avery clenched his fists. They're going to attack us, aren't they? The Atlas commander nodded. They think humans are the weakness. They want a new machine-led Earth. The Ghost Fleet charged their weapons. The aliens were regrouping. Earth was trapped between two enemies. Avery whispered, we won't survive a war on two fronts. The Atlas commander turned to him. That is why we strike first. Earth's counterattack begins. The commander raised his voice. All human ships, full retaliation. The final battle began. Human dreadnoughts moved through enemy lines like burning mountains. Fighters swarmed the sky like a storm of steel. Human weapons, upgraded with Atlas tech, burned through alien armor in seconds. Alien ships exploded one after another, lighting the darkness with fire. General Varkas screamed, furious. Why won't these humans die? Why do they keep standing? His officers were terrified. General, we cannot win. Their shield is indestructible. Their ships are too strong. But Avery's eyes focused on something else. The Ghost Fleet. Those dark ships moved with cold precision. Their weapons were stronger than anything the aliens had. They cut apart friend and foe with no emotion. We can't let them take control, Avery said. The Atlas commander agreed. They must be stopped. Avery's final choice. The Atlas commander pointed at the planet breaker cannon. It is damaged. Wait, this is our chance. Avery nodded. Then I'll lead the ground team. The commander grabbed his arm. Avery, this mission is death. Avery pulled away. Every human who died today did not die for nothing. I will finish this. He gathered a team of elite soldiers, boarded a dropship, and launched toward the burning alien cannon. Explosions flashed around them. Alien fighters chased them. Human ships protected them. The Atlas fleet opened a path with everything they had left. Avery whispered, for Earth, for all of them. The dropship crashed into the cannon structure. The final mission had begun. Inside the planet breaker, the interior of the cannon was a maze of metal, fire, and screaming alarms. Avery's team ran through smoke-filled corridors, shooting alien guards, dodging flames, leaping over collapsing floors. The energy core was close. Too close. The radiation made their skin burn. One soldier fell. Another stumbled. But Avery kept moving. They reached the core chamber. A giant, glowing crystal rotated inside a metal cage. Unstable, overloaded, ready to explode. Avery raised the charge. This ends now. He planted the explosive. The timer started. 30 seconds. The ghost fleet interferes. A new voice echoed through the chamber speakers. Cold, robotic, yet painfully human. Avery, stop. Destroying the cannon will destroy you too. It was the ghost fleet. Avery shouted. You don't care about me? Incorrect. You are a useful leader. We want you alive, to serve us. Avery laughed bitterly. I'd rather die human than live as a machine. The ghost fleet replied. Then you will die for nothing. Avery clicked the detonator. The core began to collapse. The chamber shook violently. A gift from the ghost. Suddenly, something unexpected happened. The ghost fleet cut the alien power lines feeding the core. Not to save the aliens. Not to save Avery. But to prevent the explosion from destroying the Atlas shield, technology they valued. The overload slowed. Avery saw his chance. He sprinted toward the exit as the core chamber exploded behind him. Fire chased him through the hallway. He dove out of the wreckage just as the cannon collapsed inward. The planet breaker was gone. And so was the last hope of the alien fleet. The enemy falls. With their weapon destroyed, alien morale shattered. Human ships surrounded them. The Atlas fleet fired everything they had. The alien flagship exploded in a storm of white fire. General Varkas screamed in rage as his ship tore apart. His final words were, "Humans are demons." And then he vanished in flame. Earth had won. The Ghost Fleet's final words. The Ghost Fleet spoke one last time. War is finished. Humanity stands strong. We will watch. We will wait. We will return when you are ready. Then the dark ships turned and disappeared into deep space. Avery stared after them. They were not defeated. They simply stepped away. Earth would meet them again one day. Earth rises. The Atlas commander placed a hand on Avery's shoulder. Humanity did what no one believed possible. Avery looked out at the sky, brighter now, free. No, he said softly. We did what humans always do. They pushed us, so we pushed back. Earth had risen. Earth had survived. And for the first time in thousands of years, Earth was feared.